Well, I know. I'm 170 centimeters. How tall are you?
165.
165. Well, it's not that bad. 5 centimeters shorter. That's cool, bro. That's good. You come to
That's okay.
Mexico, you'll be much taller than the average. You come to Yucatan, you'll be like much taller like than the average 90% of the population here. I'm Yucatecan. I'm from the Yucatan Peninsula, so I'm okay to say this. But here we all are midgets, just so you know. Yeah.
Awesome. It's okay.
So yeah. What's up, guys? Let me get the
S-
recording going. I
Did
think
you say you're
we are all
short?
right. What? Yeah, I'm short. I'm right
You're
now
sh-
shorting cake.
you trade the weirdest shit sometimes, man.
Ah, man. Yeah, I know. Well, I'm looking to maybe to short Pingu. I don't know. I'm a little
That
worried.
would be
What? But that would be
that would
what?
be cool.
That would be cool. All right,
Risky.
nice. I was a
Risky.
little worried because
Up
you.
only, bro.
That's what I was about to say. Pingu, it's been very strong, but let me show you. Let me show you. Let's get started first with where am I? And by the way, I gave this position live today, so yay! We hopefully you guys also were watching that thing. And let me get it. Come on, there we go. This is it. So I gave this entry here right at the beginning of the show of the morning market report. We open up that as soon as possible, and we should be as soon as we close this candle, which what was it? It should be in 1 hour. Move your stop to entry, and then take 50% out because we're running into a trend line and of course a soft order block. So far we have we should be, let me measure that, a 2.70%, which at 10x, which is what I use, a 27%. In fact, a little less. Not sure. I haven't looked at exactly my entry. I tried to cut it exactly. I got into Binance, so, but whatever. I mean, Binance, uh, Binance.
You love Binance. BNB coin's your
Oh
favorite.
shit. What?
You love BNB coin. That's your favorite, no?
Holy shit, man. I have a love-hate relationship with BNB because I hate Binance, but that is the broker I grew with. And most of my accounts play are right there on Binance because in the most times when because you've called it. I sometimes I just throw the weirdest shit. And sometimes I just can't find it anywhere else. So only Binance freaking have it. So yeah, that's why I still have some Binance. I'm trying to move out as much as possible out of Binance because now they have KYC and they do reporting to my country. So, and that's there this upcoming month. So I really need to get out of it. And yeah, many things that I don't really like, not about Binance itself, but about its founder, especially when he started chatting on Twitter. Fucking hate him. All right.
He's Canadian.
He's not Canadian, bro. Come on.
Is
He's
he?
Chinese, isn't he?
Oh, the
CC.
other one. The new guy. Yeah, the new guy. CZ's gone.
Oh, I see. I see. Well, it's gone, but he still is well, I don't know, my perspective that he's still behind Binance, and I think he just stepped out because
Yeah.
of the law thing, right, that happened, of the
Yeah.
mess. Yeah, but yeah, whatever. I mean, I do need to get out of there. All right, let's take a look at Pingu. Pingu having a retracement. This is the daily. In fact, I'm just running first. Let me just get rid of this line for a little bit, and of course, get rid of this. So far, we're having an inverted Adam and Eve, right? So this is a bearish signal. We don't have a neckline because remember, we need to have a neckline breakout for it to actually become an Adam and Eve pattern, right? So if we take a look at Pingu, we have a V-shaped recovery or V shape, what is it? Pullback, right? And then a rounded top next to a very nice rounded top in here. So that leaves us with almost an inverted Adam and Eve. What is the baseline and what is the neckline of that Adam and Eve? I will call 0.35 or 0.37, somewhere around that ballpark. And I mean, I could actually be calling right now this right here, but we're going to be missing the point in here. And that is a big support we have seen in here and we have seen it here, right? So let's just well, to myself, let's just accept it. It's right here because I'm trying not to short it right now because it's looking juicy. But come on, I mean, trying to short it that close to the support, it doesn't really work for me. But I want to short it. All right, so coming back down to the support zone, it is a support. It is supported neckline. It is a support. We have seen it here. We have seen it here. So what if we bounce and create a dead cat bouncing here in there? Well, then we're not gonna be creating a Adam and Eve. We're gonna be creating a flat bottom triangle, right? So it's not there yet until we break the neckline. And when we break the neckline, the very next thing that we have, it is dynamic reactor, with most likely we're going to bounce back up to the neckline and then a continuation. Something that I don't like, it is that we're very close to flip of the ribbon zones. Flip of the ribbon zones right there. So that's something I don't like. I still need to give it some time. I have set up my alerts at 0.36. And then if we go to daily and we add a Persman Fibonacci, we're going to be looking into then our next retracement. It is at the 33% at exactly 0.36, the same zone where is the neckline. And then the 50% retracement somewhere around 0.27. And if I turn on my VRVP, I not only have right here on the same bouncing zone a huge disparity area, all right, that could be acting as a support. But then I also have my next low volume or money flow POC all the way to 29.19. So far this gives me mixed signals because we are into peak support. But something that really caught my attention, look at the compression on this class above here. They're very compressed. And this is just like shaking a bottle of soda, right? A can of pop. So what happened when you have that much pressure and then you open it, it burst. And if it's at the top, the most logical way to burst is going to be to the bottom. So having that fast movement, I think we could easily take us to 0.29. But I need it to break because I don't want to short a support. But yeah, that's what I'm saying on Pingu. And I was mentioning today in the morning market report, hey, the only thing that worries me is that we're going for Alexo Crypto's favorite Bitcoin. And yeah, it's just like Mentos in your Coca-Cola. Oh, I love it. But I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that I might be having a chance of shorting Pingu? Let me pass it over to you.
I would not short Pengu. However, you got special Mexican powers, so you may be you may be right. Oh man. Yeah, big dump right now. Like if we look across the market, we can see this like Nasdaq, S&P. A little fake out up top, a little fake out up top, right? And then boom, right? Like absolutely crushed everybody's hearts throughout the markets this morning. So a blow off top possibly for a little bit of a correction. Okay. Same with the S&P here. If we go 4 hour, right? So things to be aware of. We did have jobs news come in right now. So that's something to be aware of. I think someone asked me for virtual. So I am looking at virtual for potential swing long. So we're looking here. We didn't reclaim, so this is invalidated. We do have downtrending momentum right now. I'm looking at $1.30. That's kind of where I'm looking, my pink box. Okay, we never want to fade Alexo Crypto's pink box. So Never held that low here, so $1.30 is kind of where I'm looking. I am starting to ladder in. I've put in 5K, I've put in 3K, and I plan on putting 10K down in here if we get here to bring my average somewhere in here. Okay, I'm doing this on spot, but yeah, I'm looking at $1.30. It's a very critical level for us to hold here on this push up. Okay, lots of liquidity down here. And that's somewhere where I'm eyeing up on virtuals. Okay, so I'm also looking for this long as well. But I'm looking a little bit lower here, right? So yeah, so between this area in here, you got SFP of the low in here. You have a lot of liquidity in here, right? That would be your liquidity. So a lot of people getting gig along here, right? On that retracement, you go on like a 4 hour here. You can see it's a nice push, right? However, if you go from swing low to swing high from the bottom, right, you can see that golden pocket comes in there. I don't think you're coming in 786. Psychological dollar is obviously another area that you'd be like, okay, if we come down here, maybe we get long, okay? But looking at that $1.30 liquidity sweep into $1.17, I think that's kind of my area there. So just for virtuals, in case you're wondering. Let's go look at Pengu. I don't know about OCs. It's starting to scare me now. OC, can you believe I bought 5,000 here and I sold 5,000? I sold it here. Can you believe that, bro?
Holy shit!
Every time
Yes, I
I'm
can believe it.
mad, bro.
I would
Every
actually.
time.
I would actually be saying, you know what? I would I be expecting you sold the very top. What was that one coin that you actually like bought at the bottom and sold at the top? That was Sui.
I think that was virtual on
That
the
was virtual.
retracement here. Virtual. I remember this because this was Donald Trump. I bought right here, and I sold right
Oh,
here.
holy shit! That was a fantastic trade.
It was golden pocket. I remember. Yeah, just perfect touch, right? And then it died.
Yeah, it died.
Because remember how everybody was like, "Oh my God, this thing's going to the moon."
Yeah.
And then it rugged everybody. I bought here, and I was like, "Okay, we'll see." And then I'm like, "Oh shit, this is coming down." And yeah, everybody who bought in here, sorry to say, but
he got rugged.
they lost a lot of money. But yeah, Pengu I bought here. I mean, fuck, 5x, right? Yeah. I don't want to look at this. Short it, OC. Short it to the fucking zero. Sorry. Oh man, I've been actually making a lot of money on this too with my community on the way up here. So we've actually been able to catch a lot of retracement longs. Whenever something's moving like this, you just want to wait for the pullback. So we were able to long this again for 26%. So for me right now, we're looking for this to hold 3.5 cents right around here. Can it hold here? We'll see. This was our first buy level, but it didn't. It blew right through that. And then if you're looking at, obviously you got lower highs in here, bearish divergence up in here. Nice rollover, retest of the highs, dump. Yeah, so you're coming down to the lows, which is still 5% move. So it might be an opportunity here. You currently looks like you're bouncing off 786 right now. Yeah, 786 golden pocket. So yeah, for now, yeah, I'd be looking down in here, and if you're short OC, you're rich. Okay, but a lot of support on the way down. So with something like this, right? Nothing goes up forever. This one clearly went up forever, came right back, so full recovery. I mean, from the bottom, my God, 12x, right? So a big move. I can't believe I bought here. Anyways, we won't talk about that. So on your way down, you're going to look for key levels of support. Obviously, this is going to be a giant order block that you're interested in. If you do lose 3.5, I would be looking down into the liquidity of this low in here. So I'd be I'd be looking for this to be targeted. Okay, so that would be OC might be able to short this thing down to about 2.8 cents. Remember, when something moves aggressively like this, it can come down just as fast. So be aware of that. It is a meme coin, right? So might be a good buying opportunity. I think if we come down below 3 cents, I'm gonna probably put 10K on this shit because it's in every store, you know. In Canada, in every Walmart, you see it, man. They're doing a good job of like marketing a shit coin. So, I mean, it's been quite nice. Look at that,
Oh,
Celestia is
really?
up today.
They're
my
marketing
God.
bingo? I thought it was a joke.
Dude,
Like when
it's
you mentioned
so
that,
if
I
you
thought it was a
look,
joke.
Pudgy, it's called Pudgy Penguins, bro.
Oh,
Google Pudgy Penguins. They have NFTs. They have plush toys. Pudgy Penguins. They have plush toys. They're in all the kids are playing with them and stuff, right? They have yeah, man, they're all over the place.
oh, I see. Holy shit, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're everywhere, bro. They're everywhere. The toys, they've done a really good job. There's a good team behind them, so that's why I wanted to buy it, right? Because I was like, man, there's a good narrative here, and why not, right? Cute little effing penguin, right? I
right.
mean, I made 10 grand off of it. I'm not gonna complain, but I could have made like 50, so I am gonna complain, right?
Oh, dude, that's fantastic. Love it. Love it because I'm not the only one whining around anymore.
Yeah. Big steep drop here coming down. So for Bitcoin, everybody, what I'm looking for is just to sweep the lows in here. Okay. Initially sweep the lows and see if we hold this area at 117,600. I'm not convinced though with the NASDAQ and the S&P rolling over. Okay. So we'll see how we go in here. But right now, this isn't looking the greatest for Bitcoin or the market right now. Everything's down. You know, Ethereum's holding up not bad, only down 1%. If you go over to Ethereum, so we gave this buy level here yesterday, and it pumped, but now you know it's rolling over. So for Ethereum, we are range bound in here. So for me, just understanding that, hey, where can we come to? And we would typically look for it to retrace back down to 36, 33, right in here, right into this volume node in here. And just going from like low to high here, let's take a look. Yeah, golden pocket 786 retracement zone. So yeah, a little bit of a rollover. I mean, this is going to be a very interesting week, right? We're trying to see if they're going to shake out the weak hands. I think that's the thing, right? Like, how low can we go? Well, I would say 113.4. That's my special buy level. Okay. But obviously in all these areas throughout here, right? Throughout here, we can all see bounces, right? So that's what we need to be prepared for. What really, you know, and I kind of ignored this today, and I mean, I got stopped out for a $300 loss, and I had a $100 win. So I'm down $200 today. But what I ignored here, and what, you know, I'm kind of pissed at myself for, is that we pushed up, right? And what happened here is that we put in a lower low here and a lower high. Okay. So for me, I should be thinking of a short here, and I didn't. Okay. Because it's basic fucking market structure. And that's why I'm mad at myself, right? Because it's basic market structure. We came up to the resistance of the highs, triple top, rotation down, break of structure, changing character, roll over, right? I should be expecting this to come back to here at minimum. At minimum. It's basic stuff for me. And for me, missing that this morning and not getting short in here kind of pissed me off because it's pretty obvious. You got low, higher high, lower low, higher high, right? or higher low, sorry, lower low. So you got 1, 2, 3. Then you have a break in here, a retest, and a continuation down. Okay. So this is where I should be looking for shorts, confirmation of shorts. So if I go into my scalping this morning and I look at the price action, it's the most obvious effing pattern in all of crypto. It's an Adam and Eve, right? This is Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, okay? But it's an Adam and Eve pattern. But you got the rounded top, the triangle, right? This typically breaks down, right? You have the liquidity grab. You have the failure to make a higher high. You have a double top. You have, as soon as we lost this low in here, I should have been short. OC's like, duh.
No, man.
Duh.
Dude,
No,
I
but
missed
it's
that
true,
completely,
right?
bro.
It's right fucking there,
Yeah,
right?
it is right fucking there.
But you know, we're bullish, man. We're going to the moon, right? That's bullshit, right?
Yeah.
So that's it, right? Like you can't be perfect, and like sweep, right? Golden pocket retracement, failure to make higher high, right? So it's all there, and sometimes you miss it, right? That's why you use good risk management, and that's what allows you to have time in the game, right? I was able to long here, I longed here, then I longed here, and I got stopped out here, okay? And then I haven't traded since. I'm looking for some sort of bottoming structure in here or lower, okay? Yeah, it's annoying though when that stuff happens, right?
It is. It is. So I mean, now that you're saying it, I'm just looking at my charts and I did not realize that. So let me show you what I'm seeing right now. I am seeing something that's slightly different. Of course, I'm looking at the 4 hours. Let me just get that and let's share it. Let's see if I can.
Did Red
push it.
Panda want to speak?
What is it?
I think
Oh.
Red Panda requested to talk. Do you want to come up, Red Panda? I think you pressed request to talk.
Let's invite him over.
I invited him.
Oh, nice. All right. In the meantime, he
No,
jumps.
maybe yes. Maybe you just pressed the button.
Yeah, most likely.
Okay.
But so far, this is what we got. I'm looking. Remember that we have a triangular pattern here. All right, for breakout retest. In that same triangular pattern, we were expecting, or we're looking for. It was like this. We were looking for the sweep of the lows. Something that really happens a lot, especially since we had right here a fair value gap. And then what happens is we have a like Papa would call it a laser pum breakout, right? So it did have a very vanilla breakout. It break to the sides, to the sideways, right? Which just ends up being a where is it? A range, all right? So if we go to a Bitcoin chart, you know that we already have a couple of alerts at the top right here and alerts at the bottom, just to indicate when we're breaking that range. Let's go back in here, and of course we have once again that range, but in this case, let me use it in here. Let me show it right here. If we measure this range, grabbing these bottoms in here, and then grabbing, I would say, these stops, we are basically at the 50% line. Something interesting, and this needs to be right now proven, exactly right now, it is that regardless where we're coming from, coming from the downside, or in this case coming from the outside, and then we start ranging, and then out of nowhere we start piling out at the top, especially having a little bit more movement at the top on the oscillator, that gives more bullish pressure to that range to break to the upside. Still, I will always do a I always do a 50% chances of that range breaking. I'm not lowering my guard. All right, why? Because ranges are deceiving. Yes, you can buy low, sell high, pretty. But then out of nowhere, they just break to the downside when they were supposed to break to the upside. So I always try to position myself into a hedge on a range. And if I cannot, well, then I just prevent or look for those breakouts and retest for that 50%, 50-50 chance of breakouts. All right. So that is just a true rule of thumb that I use on ranges. And right now, seems like at least right before this candle, it seemed like we were piling up at the top, right? So as long as we're able to hold the zero line, which at this point doesn't seem like we are going to, but if for some reason we hold it, I think the odds are going to be for us to break to the upside. So far, so good. We're still within the range. There's nothing going on there. And well, as you mentioned, I mean, even right here, there is that actual movement. We have a low, right? A higher low, a higher high, a higher high, a lower low, and a lower high. You mentioned it. I completely missed it, right? So you're not the only ones. You were explaining it, and I was like, fuck, man. How I did not saw that. That was just so obvious. But yeah, it happens. It happened to me too. I was just looking at the range and looking at other stuff. I mean, what is good is that we caught that cake short, and it's playing out very nicely. We're 30 minutes away to close that short. So you guys open it up. Please remember, 30 minutes we're moving a stop loss entry, taking 50% out and letting it run in case that plays out in a much better scenario. Looking at other stuff, like for example, Filecoin. And I know, meme coin day, Filecoin, I'm going to be looking into the daily because daily give me a little bit more a perspective of what am I expecting, right? Same deal. Let's go to Filecoin in here. And if we take a look at it, let me just get rid of everything here. If we take a look at how it looks right now, and let's go to the 4 hours really quickly, we have a head and shoulders playing out. What is our neckline? Right here. It's not about the breakout. It's about the retest. And why am I looking for the retest? Look at the amount of support that we have there. Should I be shorting this? I mean, we just broke the neckline of our head and shoulders, especially a tilted to the downside head and shoulders, right? So I would say not really, especially because we are very close to that support. We are having a right before we close that candle, or like a couple of minutes ago, we did not have that goose head peak or that inverted goose head peak that usually indicates a little retracement for a further move to the downside. So making this long, I don't know if it's gonna set well with me. I would need to go into the 5 minutes maybe to catch it, which wouldn't be a bad thing, but I'd rather wait for this pull out to play it out and then short it somewhere around here. Now let's go to daily. On daily, we have something interesting, which is, there we go. Look at that hit on your oscillator, right? Then we have, of course, our very trusted trend line. We have a trend line. We have the loss of that trend line, beautiful, and then we go all the way down. Important here is that when we bounce back up, we created a dead cat bouncing here, and well, then it got us by surprise, creating this new high. This new high converts this whole thing into a double top, so or even a triple top, but I don't want to factor this as a single top. All right, so just a dead cat bounce into a bearish scenario. So what's going to happen if we are able to hit the support, which look at that, it is your dynamic reactor. And what is the neckline of that double top? It's actually right here at your $1, 106, 105, 104, right, for Filecoin. So, I mean, if that is the neckline, or if that is the support, what if we go high and we do the same thing that we did here? So where are my support and resistances? Well, it's just a matter of turning them on. Let's see. Come on, where are you? I just got you turned on. Come on. Well, another thing that we can look into, it is where we have our volumes. So smart money entry right here, right there. If I turn on my FIBs, my predictive ranges right here. What else do I have in there? Well, then I do have, there we go, my range. I have the center of the range right there. And well, what else I have? I think nothing really that's gonna right now make a real difference, right? So even if, and let's go back to 4 hours to see that difference, even if I bounce in here to the upside, I can still go to the dynamic reactor, which is going to be all the way up here. So I need to be extremely, extremely careful on how I measure this stuff. In fact, if you take a look at this neckline, let me remove it and let me show you this other one that we have for a long time right there. In fact, what I'm going to be doing is just making it thicker and then making it much brighter so we can see throughout all that spaghetti. All right. So let me also get rid of that spaghetti by creating a possible entry box. All right. So where do I entry? Or how do I trade this? All right. I mean, I know it's a lot of yes and no, back and forth, back and forth. So first of all, I need to acknowledge that I'm breaking a head and shoulders. The head and shoulders section will be going to our next support, coming back up and coming back down. If for some reason I break to the zero line, I'm going to this area right here, even if I'm breaking above my dynamic reactor. But I'll be looking for a breakout retest continuation down on Filecoin so far. So yep, looking for a Filecoin short. Other stuff that did played out, and I remember that you gave a, I believe a short on Sui yesterday. I gave a look, a long on Friday. Sui long played out fantastically, and we're back at dynamic reactor. Not only we're back at dynamic reactor, we're very close to bouncing zones. Do we have anything there? Yes, we have a soft order block. So do I think that we're gonna bounce in here? That remains to be seen. I think we're gonna fake out a little bit more. We're gonna go to this area right here, bounce back up, and then continuation downwards. That's what I think is gonna happen based on where I see my gathering of my support. So it's basically everything is pointing, or I have a big area right here of support that is bunching all together, bunching up all together. So far, that's what I'm seeing in the markets on the altcoin side. For Bitcoin, I'm just waiting, just wait and see, right? As long as he takes a decision, I'll be right after that decision on the market. And other than that, looking at crypto bubbles to see what might be playing out. And so far, Filecoin looking like a short. We already have a possible short on Pingu, looking like a bounce on Sui, a short, an ongoing short on Cake. And yeah, I mean, that's what I'm looking at. So I think giving it some time yesterday, for me, for my trading style, it's paying out right now. So if you guys remember yesterday, I was saying, hey guys, today I'm not going to be trading. I'm just going to be looking for areas of entry. And tomorrow, most likely, we're going to be taking some trades and taking the gains of those trades either Wednesday or Thursday or Friday. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing right now. Do you have maybe another set of coins or anything else that you are looking into the market?
Yeah, someone asked for us to look at Solana. Solana here, we have this like nice uptrending momentum here. So, for me, right now, like we wait for the bleeding to stop, right? You look at the Nasdaq, you look at the SPY, all right. It's definitely looking nasty, right? You've lost this low here, right? So this could be like a little bit of a reversal coming in for the bigger markets, which means we should be prepared for a pullback in altcoins, right? So looking here, Solana's coming up to this trend line. My buy level was 182 initially.
Breaking news, everything is bad. It's just a
It's all shit. No. So looking here, right? We have that like last hopium kind of holding level here. So if Bitcoin holds here, right? If things hold here, then we would look to hold, these lows here and rotate back up to the highs. However, we do not get into these unless we can see confirmed bottoming structure. So what I always suggest to like the people I teach and stuff is like go into here and understand what it looks like where you want to be a buyer, right? Where you want to buy throughout your chart, because that's where you're going to make the money, right? So you want to be buying here and here and here, and you want to go in with your oscillator and take a look at what's going on alongside with price action. Okay, so you can see in here we got a triple bottom, a retesting continuation out. We got bullish divergence in here. We have another bullish divergence in here, and then a break of structure and a continuation out. So these are the things you need to be able to identify. It's also at a key level, right? And we use our order blocks, our volume, all these things to identify key levels. What is this one, right? This one here, this would be a breakout retest continuation trade. I would be looking for the retest of these highs, right? So these highs in here, right? Breakout retest. You got hidden bullish divergence in here. You have your oscillator flipping in here, right? So these are the things in an uptrend. So this is your breakout, your retest continuation trade, right? Solana here, this is your swing failure pattern. Classic, baby. Classic. So you got bullish divergence coming in here, retest swing failure pattern, higher highs, higher lows. You can get in on any of these higher lows all the way through and take this thing up, okay? And this is kind of how I like to learn and like how to teach, right? So retest the previous highs in here, bullish divergence, change in structure, continuation out, okay? So very simple, okay, but effective at the same time, okay? So with Solana right now, just looking for it to actually hold this momentum in here. So let me get rid of this stuff in here just so that we can get back to where we're at and see if we are going to hold here. Now this does not look like it's going to hold, right? So it's about waiting. We know that this is the area in here. This is our area where we want to see whatever in here to change structure and go. So we wait, right? We wait for this to pop up and say, hey man, press buy. And that's it. So if it happens here, then great. If not, then we look to the next one, right? And then the next one, and then the next one, and the next one. So I have the retest of previous highs in here would be something I'm interested in, right? So working your way down, just really understanding where price can go, what am I looking for, how am I going to take advantage of that, yada, 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 okay? And that's typically how I'm going to treat it. And hopefully this can help you with Solana. But right now we are looking for that SFP into here and looking for that bounce, okay? And hopefully that helps you. Could it get down to 176? Absolutely. It can get down easily into this area here. Sweep these lows, right? And go, right? So there's lots of possibilities here. It's just you wait, you know where the key areas are, you know where the liquidity is, you wait for the reaction, then you press long. You don't press buy right here. You press buy over here when you have that confirmation. Therefore, you're not waiting in the trade as long either. You have the confirmation, you're in profits earlier, right? And you're not sitting there thinking about your trade. Hopefully that helps you.
Absolutely.
What do you think about Solana?
Oh, Solana. All right, well, I like it. I have not yet been trading it since a week ago. And I'm not actually keeping an eye on it right now. It has lost my interest so far, but I think that will be a mistake, and especially since you have shown some areas of support, right? I think what I'm going to be doing is just DCing in after this dump happens. We'll see how low could we go, and then maybe just start accumulating a bit of Solana. I don't think Solana is going to make it for the next big altcoin, but I think it has its goodies, and it's doing okay. Which I'm interested on is XRP because it has a lot of hype behind it.
Oh no! Everybody, plug your ears.
And I've turned. I mean, I've turned from. I mean, this is the thing. I look at XRP as a meme coin with some possible value behind it. It's a shit coin, but it's proven to have some very nice hype behind it. I mean, right now it's dumping. I know.
Strong community. I agree.
Yeah.
Strong community. I agree.
Community. Yeah. So I'm thinking to, I'm eyeballing it. I'm balling it, and between that and Filecoin, I think I'd rather get some XRP.
What are you looking
Yeah,
at
you're like,
XRP then? What levels?
all right. Let's go for XRP. Let me just share my screen really quickly. All right, so let's go to XRP here. There it is. All right, and so just for starters, we're looking for a possible entry somewhere around. And again, when I say possible entries, not that I have my open order. All right. In fact, I don't even have an alert in there right here. I just have. Oh no, yeah, I do have those alerts. Sorry, I thought they were just lines. No, I do have an alert. But looking for that, a possible entry somewhere around my dynamic reactor. Something important talking about my dynamic reactor is not that when it hits, I'm entering. No. I don't need to have kind of like a combo entry. What is that? Going for some support, right? Having a flip of the ribbon. Not only dynamic reactor for support, I also want to have other stuff. Like, for example, look at that predictive ranges golden line. It's right there. We have two soft order blocks. The first one is slowing down the speed of the drop, and the second one maybe stopping it. What else do we have in there? We have our quantum reactor coming in strong. That is important. And well, a little bit lower here, we have a daily support and an equilibrium zone. So my first area of entry, I'm aiming to be at 2,950. Even let's push a little bit higher here to 2.99, not 2,000. Sorry, I was reading that wrong. And then my next possible entry, which is going to be half of an entry or one entry split in two. So my other half of an entry is somewhere around 2.86. And that is as long as I'm looking at some signals from my oscillator to start retracing or reversing up. So other than that, if we start losing that areas, I'm just going to let it go. And most likely it's going to hit the 262 or the 234. And after I see it bouncing, and then let me show you what what would I be expecting then. After I see this just doing that, when I start seeing a breakthrough, that's on that breakthrough, that's when I start buying in. Because again, it's just like a meme coin to me, right? It's like a meme coin to me. We have broken the range. We're coming back to that range retest. That is a significant. And when Bitcoin was having that low, that spike down, this thing was just pumping. So it's not that it's better than Bitcoin, right? It's not that it's leading the way. No. It's not that it's going to be replacing fiat or anything like that. It just has a good good developing team, hard work members, and also a lot of speculation behind it, a lot of myths, and a big community. So everything it's pointing out to be almost the perfect meme coin, or what I wish meme coins were, like with some real value behind them. But yeah, other than that, that's it. I mean, I'm not being too ambitious this week. I'd rather just take a couple of shorts, position myself for the next longs, and maybe start taking some profits on Thursdays, on Fridays.
Let's go. XRP to the moon.
You heard it here first, folks. XRP is going to the moon. Oh man, yeah, dude, I've seen myself transforming into it, because before I just said it's shit, but I can make money, right? It's shit, but I can make money. Now I'm seeing kind of like a little bit more value behind it.
He's a believer now. He's a believer.
Oh, dude, not quite there yet, but get into it. All right, guys, so we reached the end of the class. Alex, thank you so much as always for being around. Really appreciate you, my friend. And do you want to say the goodbyes and then wrap it up?
Yeah, guys, have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Trade safe. We're dumping right now, so wait for confirmation of a reversal if you are going to take a long. Otherwise, you should be looking for shorts, okay? Take care. Much love, and we'll see you guys later. Take care.
Thank you guys so much for joining, and as always, see you guys tomorrow.